there. Now we got that over there. Okay, now we're gonna go.
Here we go again.
Hello, Cleveland! Hello, Cleveland!
Amiga. Hi, kids. How is everybody? I am indeed Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady, and this is the open chat, and hopefully the damn thing is gonna work. And with me is the one, the only, the brilliant, the beautiful Bionic Dance. I almost called you Lavender, and no, you don't want to do that. Kate Farr, how are you, honey?
I'm okay. I have very little energy right now. I've been dealing with
Oh,
other people's bullshit all day. So
Oh, that's right. Yes, I did, Mom NATO. I we had a little bit of startup problems, Mom. Let me send you another link,
oh
and
yeah.
we'll do that stuff over there. And
It turns out that the microphone on my Chromebook does not function. I had to find an external one to plug in so that I could actually be heard, which may or may not be a benefit, but whatevs. Here we
okay,
are. But
give it a
yeah,
try
so
now.
technical details.
There you are. Give it a try now, honey. Sorry about that. I had totally forgetted that. Yeah, restarted this damn thing.
Speaking
Oh,
of my Chromebook, though, my computer is back. I got it back just before this stream started, so I haven't hooked it up yet.
okay
But
then.
we fired it up at the repair place, and it's looking good. So yay!
Yay! Yay! Yay! Yay!
And
Yay! Yay! Yay!
that's
Yay!
nice
Yay!
to
Yay! Yay!
see
Yay!
two
Yay!
fingers again. Oh, please don't do that. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. Like, that is one of the most pernicious earworms there is. But worse, I don't get the actual like lyrics in my head. What I get is the lyrics from a commercial from the '80s for these toys called Army Ants. It was so annoying. It was like for what is it? We are bad, we are boss, we got guts, you squish and squash, Army Ants. And it's like oh, for a
Hello,
time
darling.
for the ant artillery. Shout out your orders loud and strong. Grab the eggs for what? Anyway, it's like, yeah, it just, oh.
Well,
Anyway,
then there's my
pernicious.
version.
Yeah.
There's also the version I do. It's full of poo, full of poo. I is really full of poo. Yes, I is so full of, or yes, I is so really full of poo. And I is so full, really, really full of poo. I is full, really full of poo. Moo, moo. And I is so anyway.
Okay, my goodness.
I can do every military anthem in sequence.
Mm.
It's really full of poo, poo. Yes, I is so full of poo. I is so full of poo, full of the poo.
Oh my goodness,
I
we
is
are just rather stinky today, aren't we?
The little one is complaining. I don't know why. Oh,
Sorry.
for the love of Saint Gulick. How is everybody, really and truly? Hopefully, we've got this thing working.
I am fucking tired.
I'm not
I'm
taking that anywhere, okay? I'm just not going to
Okay.
say a word.
Okay. Sunday, I spent all day over at my mother's house cooking, cleaning, doing vacuuming, that kind of thing. Yesterday, I spent all day over there doing laundry for her because she can't carry the laundry baskets and she
Aha.
can't fold things like really heavy towels and sheets because she can't extend her arms.
Moo.
Today was supposed to be take her to the doctor, get the drain out, then come home. Okay, so we took her to the doctor, got the drain out, came home. She calls me half an hour later saying, "Oh, I got to take the dog to the vet. I need your help."
Oh, well.
So ended up at the vet for over an hour.
I do not like.
I'm just. There's
I-
nothing wrong with her dog.
I like vets less than Sylvia does, okay?
Well, this vet was really nice. He was really sweet. He loves German Shepherds, which is what Gypsy is. But it was just the fact that, I was supposed to have a break today. Wasn't supposed to have to do anything other than take her to the doctor. And then tomorrow, of course, I've got to take her to the oncologist.
Yay. Well,
And
yeah,
then on the
you
17th
deserve a break today.
Rewind. You have to do what with the what now?
I have to take my mother to the oncologist.
Okay, thank you.
This particular oncologist is for chemotherapy. Then on the 17th, we've got another oncologist appointment across the street from where we're going tomorrow
Wait,
for the radiation therapist.
do they specialize in subgenres?
Yes,
Oh, I did not know that.
yes. One specializes in chemotherapy and one specializes in radiation. They're totally different treatments.
Well-
And they're going to take blood work and see which treatment they think is going to work better for her.
Oh, okay. What? So they have not started the treatments yet?
Not yet, but they did get rid of everything that they could currently find. But oh god, it's gonna be a long fucking week. I'm so tired. Yeah. Oh, I know those. Yeah, army ants.
Yeah,
I
that's-
don't know those. No, when was this?
Oh god.
It was the 80s, but I don't remember
Mhm.
specifically what year.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, 80s, I was already married, so she wouldn't let me play with the toys or anything like that. So.
Really?
Mm.
I would never put up with someone who said that they like I wasn't allowed to play with toys. I would
That's true.
not. I would dump their ass, whoever they were.
Well, I did it wrong. I'll give you that. No, I got married for all the wrong reasons. I married to run away from home. You know, that never works.
Been there, done that.
Uh-huh.
Married 2 years and divorced him.
Okay. Sandra and I were married 8 years.
And then got remarried and was married for 10.
Okay, then. Yeah, and then
Been single
Melody
ever
and I were...
since.
Say again?
Been single ever since.
Melody and I were together 11 years. We got together, she was running away from home. Talk about
Right.
turn the tables.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you, in both cases, it should have ended a lot sooner than it did. Sandra and I probably should not have gone past 5 years, and Melody and I certainly should not have gone past 3.
Well,
I
at least you didn't
admit
have
I've
kids.
probably been kind of sabotaging myself when it comes to relationships, just because I'm a little terrified of being betrayed again. You know, it's
Whoa.
just I'm fucking tired of all of that. No, okay, granted, someone else dealing with their chemical abuse problem probably is not like me being betrayed exactly. But it kind of is when I'm in a relationship with whoever's taking the drugs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is does not work out very well at all. I don't know.
Well,
I would have done a
needless
lot
to
of things
say-
differently had I known then what I know now. But you know how
Well,
that never works out.
But I mean, like I say, I've probably been sabotaging myself. Like there have been a few times when someone has shown at least a slight interest in me, and I kind of ran like just sort of all the walls went up. Mind you, it's not always that way, but I'm just I can't deal with another
It's
junkie.
scary to be in a relationship. It is seriously scary to be in a relationship.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's not. It's what's scary.
it is.
You've been in a terrible relationship, and then having been in another terrible relationship immediately after, and then you're like, maybe my taste in significant others is just awful.
I don't know. I'm not going to try to be nice. I'm just going to say maybe you're right. I don't know. I mean, I have to look at myself when I think of the people in whom I, display some interest. No, I'm not saying a word here. And yeah, it's okay anymore. I don't know that I would even know how to have a relationship. Okay, I'm gonna try to be that honest with myself. So I could see, just me tripping over my own clumsy feet and fucking everything up. Um, it's kind of interesting in the sense that it's not all that bad being alone. I mean, there are certain advantages to it, but I can't stand being lonely. I hate that.
Yeah, lockdown has not made that any better.
Oh, right, right.
I swear when lockdown is over, I'm going out to more dyke bars, damn it. And also, I think I might join a dojo.
Moo.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did, like I mentioned it before, I got to high yellow belt in Taekwondo. I think I might want to switch it up and not do the Korean martial art this time, especially since I started Japanese lessons. And so maybe I'll get fluent in that finally. That's been a bucket list item since the 90s. And, getting a black belt is another bucket list item. So who knows? And that can only help with the weight loss, too, you know? Or maybe it won't. Maybe I'll build up a shit ton of muscle instead of fat. And you know how much more dense muscle can be.
Mm. Well, I
So,
don't know.
exercise.
In trying to get that black belt, would shoe polish help?
Mm. You realize just how funny you're not, right?
Right, right. Yes, I'm almost as funny as Tornado.
Well, also, I mean, it'd
No,
be
you're
great
funnier.
if a dojo had like a community with it as well, not just I took my lesson, I left, and that was it.
Some of them do.
It could- yeah, well, that's what I would be looking for.
Hmm.
So, but lockdown has to end first so that I can start having a social life again, so anyone can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that stuff anymore.
But I had a
It's too
social
late
life
for me.
anyway. But
Hmm?
It's never too late. It's too late for me. That is such a bullshit attitude. No, it's not. It might
okay,
be too
my
far
mom's
away
going
for
out and
you, but
dating.
it's not too late for you. I mean, if you had a vehicle or could afford Lyft and Uber, it's definitely not too late for you to be social.
Well, I am trying to rearrange my finances a little bit to make some things more affordable. We'll see where we get over the next couple of years. If I live that long.
Well, if you hit like 70, you can join a bridge club.
There you
I
go.
don't know if you play
Gee,
bridge.
Mom,
know.
isn't that bridge built yet?
I think I don't even know the rules to bridge. I think I read them once and then promptly forgot. But I also imagine it's similar to games like Spades or Hearts or Oh Hell or any of
I
those.
Similar,
think
similar.
so.
There's a
Now I've
whole
played spades.
there's a whole set of
And I've-
rules on communicating by making bids. When you make a bid in spades, you're actually saying more than I think I'm going to take 10 tricks or whatever it is. You're actually telling you're telling the table what you've got in your hand, basically.
Well, I mean, you're kind of doing that with Spades too. Although, I don't know. I mean, I've had times playing Spades where my communication with my partner was not as complete as perhaps it ought. You know, where it's like I'm holding a shit ton of spades in my hands and a bunch of aces and other suits, and I'm like, I'm gonna bid 7. And they go, and I'm gonna bid 5. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? We don't have hands that good, both of us. You know, one of us should have bid 3 when the other one bid 7. But still.
Oh my, oh my. Yeah, bridge is making bids basically gambling. Yeah. Hi, sweetness. How you doing? Oh my, oh my. Yeah, it's just one of those periods here. You know, what can I tell you? The lockdown doesn't help. It doesn't help that it's September. This is when the seasonal affective disorder really starts kicking in.
Well, you know, it's quite gray out there. In fact, if I were to take a picture and send it to the internet and say, this is Seattle, as long as there were no identifiable landmarks in there, they'd believe me.
Mm.
You know.
It has been so gloomy here this week. I mean, rain all week.
I would welcome rain. Here all week, it was getting up into the hundreds, and granted, it wasn't humid, but it was still unpleasant.
Move.
Yeah, we've
move.
been in the 90s, upper 90s. Yeah. But it's been
You know-
humid, so that's. Ugh.
Yeah, let me. I'm curious here. I just want to take a little bit of a look here. WEATHER. Okay.
What are you doing? Header?
National Weather Service. What have we got
Oh,
going here? Okay,
Ah.
79 degrees currently, partly cloudy. And our 5cast, our weekly 5cast, what are you doing? You stupid piece of... They want me to turn off my ad blocker now. It's like, come on, guys, be nice to me. Okay, tomorrow, which I do want to get out of the house tomorrow and see if I can do some stuff. Okay. Let's see now. At 9 a.m., 69 degrees and sunny, 5 degrees probability of precipitation. Going to 74 degrees and sunny at 10 a.m. with 0 possibility of rain. For the rest of the day, no possibility of rain. Highs in the high 80s. And what do we have here? This is WCRAP, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You know, speaking of high 80s, I am taking what they often refer to as a tea break or tolerance break. So for about a month, I'm laying off the weed. Because you do lose tolerance pretty quickly, but you also lose it pretty quickly. Like, you know, within a couple of weeks, and then you start taking it again, and wow, does it hit you like a ton of bricks.
Okay,
So,
then.
you know, because after a while, it's like, oh, I have to take so much just to feel anything. So, yeah.
I never had that
Tomorrow.
problem, but then again, I never did smoke all that much. I mean, I wasn't constantly smoking the way some people I knew did.
Well, I'm actually
Well-
thinking about moving away from vapes. I want to try tinctures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was looking
Our
at gel
weather.
ads and concentrates, and they look like too much work. So,
Our weather tomorrow. High of 89 degrees. Real feel of 100. Real feel in the shade 99. 70% chance of rain and 89% cloud cover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hours of rain 1.5.
Yeah,
Interesting.
tomorrow's clear almost all day, which is going to be. So I do want to get out and go shopping. I do want to get some stuff and see what we can do. I wanted to get out on Friday, but unfortunately I got such a late start that I wasn't going to get to the pet store before it closed.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's...
Yep.
Oh, look at the ad over here. These new affordable cars simply astonish. Yeah, what do they mean by affordable?
Yeah.
More money than they'll ever see within 10 years?
Uh huh.
Xander, get away from my Red Bull, you little. Ugh. Stupid. I love you, but you're a butt munch.
Of course he is, Mom.
Oh, hey, speaking of the cleanse,
Ooh.
the tolerance break, it is right now 4:20.
Okay, then.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Mhm. I have no idea. Like, why is it? I think I've looked it up before. Why 420 means pot, but I keep forgetting it.
I think it has something to do with the infraction code in the cop book.
Oh, because people usually refer to it as the time of day.
Tell you
When
what.
someone says 420, they usually mean PM.
Why does 420 mean marijuana? And let's see what we have. Okay, cannabis culture, font of all knowledge. Okay, now this says 420 is cannabis culture slang for marijuana and hashish consumption, especially smoking around the time 4:20 p.m., and also refers to cannabis-oriented celebrations that take place annually on 20 April, which is 4:20 in U.S. form. Okay, so I guess it is the time of day. I thought it was the comp code.
I didn't catch why though. Like, why did 420 get the nod?
Well, let's see here. It says under origins. In 1971, 5 high school students in San Rafael, California, used the term 420 in connection with a plan to search for an abandoned cannabis crop based on a treasure map made by the grower, calling themselves the Waldos because their typical hangout spot, quote, was a wall outside the school, end quote. The 5 students, Steve Kapper, Dave Reddix, Jeffrey Knoll, Larry Schwartz, and Mark Gravich, designated the Louis Pasteur statue on the grounds of the San Rafael High School as their meeting place and 4:20 p.m. as their meeting time. The Waldos referred to this plan with the phrase 420 Louis. After several failed attempts to find the crop, the group eventually shortened their phrase to simply 420, which ultimately evolved into a code word the teens used to refer to consuming cannabis. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love learning little facts like that. I actually know more than a lot of Canadians about why they call each other hoser.
Yeah, okay.
So funny, like I looked it up a while back, and then at some point I was in a live stream with Neil, and I was like, I don't know, somehow the term hoser came up, and I explained the origins, and he was like, "Huh, I never knew that." And like a couple of other Canadians that I've spoken to were like, we just say it. I don't know, and like, okay.
Ooh, I just got something on my food stamp information.
Oh,
Ooh.
what did you got?
Okay, it says they are trying to do the monthly maximum allotment based on household size for the months of March through October, pending federal approval. So hopefully it won't take them a long time to get federal approval, because I know that there has been federal approval for several states. So I'm hoping to have more extra food stamps tomorrow, maybe, or sometime this month. That would be nice.
What's really interesting with me is I have been getting my regular allotment at the regular time, $16, and I've been getting another 178 near the end of the month.
Yeah.
So I've got food stamps coming out my. I mean, I
Well, you
literally
won't
cannot eat that
starve.
much in a month. Huh?
Yeah, but they don't expire.
Right.
You know what? Food
So
stamps expired when I was on them in Seattle.
they don't in Florida and they don't in Pennsylvania.
Hmm. I mean,
They
seriously,
do carry
if you
over.
didn't use all of yours,
Mhm.
it was going away, and then next month you got the same amount. You couldn't save them up.
That sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was always able
Um,
to carry mine over. I mean, even after an
yep.
ice cream run at the end of the month, and my roommate loved that. He said, "Hey, Ed, is it time for ice cream?" Yeah, Rich, give me a minute. And
Yeah.
yeah, even after that, there were always some food stamps left over. So
Yeah.
eventually, I was able to
Yeah.
get which reminds me, yeah, eventually I was able to get a steak. I've got the strip steak in the defibrinator, which I really want to grill.
I have sitting in my refrigerator, as you call it, in the freezer, 4 T-bones.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, I've been saving them.
Yeah, I remember T-bone steaks. Used to have a T-bone every Sunday.
Yeah, I don't get to get them usually, but with the extra food stamps,
Mm-hmm.
I can spend that $20 for 2 steaks.
Yeah,
And
I got
it's
I got
in
the
the
two
freezer.
strip steaks. They're about a 3/4 pound each, and the total price was I think $15 for the two of them. Usually it's
What, sweetie?
more than I would ever spend for food. But yeah, give those guys what about 3 minutes aside, and yeah, yum yum.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Yeah, 1 minute per
One.
side is not quite enough for me, and 5 minutes per side is way too much.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I must really be bored today. I'm playing Sudoku.
One of these days, I really need someone to show me how to properly cook a steak. And I don't mean like I want to look it up on the internet. I mean, I want to be there in the kitchen when they're doing it.
Come on over.
Well, it depends on how rare do you want it?
Let's put it this way, like, because I don't really understand the terminology for like, rare, well, medium, well, all that shit.
Okay.
What I like is when the outside is charred to shit, but you could still ride the inside home if you had to.
So you
Like
want
Oh
it
that's
my.
rare.
Yeah, so you want a really high heat. You probably want fire.
You want it
And just
seared on the
yeah, and
outside.
sear the
yep,
outside just quickly. Yeah.
yep. That's what I want.
You want it rare. Rare is the best kind.
Well, I mean, rare and but also with that crispy charred taste on the outside.
Uh huh.
Yep.
Well, there is one. I mean, occasionally I will have a rare steak, and when I'm talking about rare, yeah, I'm talking about right at home. And then there's kibinea, which I also dearly love. It is ground beef with bulgur wheat, all just sort of mixed together into a kind of a. It looks like a bowl full of hamburger before you start making the hamburgers out of it.
Kind of like
And
pate.
what was the name of it?
Kibinea.
That's some foreign language in it.
It's
Yeah,
Japanese.
that's Lebanese.
There's
Okay.
also a Japanese form of it, but I don't remember what it is.
But yeah, you eat it with slices of onion and bread, and you eat the beef raw. But it's so
Mm.
yummy and tasty. It really, really, really is. Streaming. Okay. Hopefully it's working now. I mean, I'm getting movement on the VU meter. Okay.
I'm seeing a T-shirt here. It's got a big, like, cartoonish, stylized pot leaf, and underneath it says "vegan."
Oh my.
I know. That's awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! I don't know why it does. It threw me off again. It just lost my mic, and I wonder what's going on. Because if this is the second time. This is Sunday it happened, and today it happened. One more time, and I'm just gonna have to put this shit away and just go to the other thing full time.
Well, yeah, like you're getting into the area of diminishing returns with OBS. Like it seems like that's the real problem is that OBS keeps fucking up on you.
Well, no, it's actually meat that's fucking up on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it lost
Oh.
meat. Lost my mic. What I had to restart OBS because when I restarted Meet behind it, it didn't get connected correctly. So I had to, turn OBS off and turn it back on such that it would connect correctly. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's me. That's me. One more time, and we're just going to go. Now, what really pisses me off, I would like, once I get all the I's crossed and all the T's dotted, to have a call-in show. And for the call-in show, I would need to run Meet. But if it's going to throw me off all the time, I can't do it.
There's no way to. Well, I'm sure there's a way, if you're going to insist on using OBS, to have a call-in show where you just take the audio from a source that has nothing to do with Meet or StreamYard or any of that.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that and see if I can do that. Yeah, because Meet allows me to take telephone calls.
Well, the thing is, trying to do it through Meet may not be the best idea in the world.
It may
but that
not.
doesn't mean
No,
you have.
you're true.
But that doesn't mean you have to quit using Meet. It just means you have to find another way to get the audio into the stream.
Yes, you are quite correct. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. It never ends. It never ends. But what are you going to do, I guess? Just don't throw me off again, okay, thing? But besides all that happy stuff, at least I knew what to do with it this time, and I'm not scurrying around like a chicken with my legs cut off,
Yeah, but I don't think that works too well.
That was...
Wow. So much like marijuana, cannabis related T-shirts. Like they have so much apparel.
6.
Oh, Kate, I think I told you that I found that T-shirt that I wanted to find.
You're gonna have to be so much more specific.
Oh, okay. Some time ago, I had seen somebody post. It was a poster, but the poster read, "I am a better Christian than any Trump supporter, and I'm an atheist." I found that on a T-shirt, and I bought it.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to see how long I live walking around this neighborhood with that T-shirt.
Good luck.
Oh my, because
Good luck.
Yeah, around here they're bringing out all the Trump gear. And it's like, crap. And that's basically why I said I want this T-shirt, because they're bringing that shit out. I'm going to bring my shit out. And
You heard about all of those Trump the Trump boats that got sunk the other day, right?
oh yes, such
No.
moronic people. I don't know, man.
Oh,
What
it's so
happened?
stupid. Well, apparently, and I didn't even know this was a thing until the boat sank, but apparently Trump loves to hold rallies where people can show up on their boats and like just go zipping past constantly. Where
Okay.
they're just like in their boats and they're Trump supporters. Well, apparently, I think it was this weekend. I think it was Thursday, Saturday, something like that. A bunch of people were doing it wrong,
Yes.
and their wakes ended up like capsizing and sinking a bunch of boats.
Yes.
Now, no one
Oh
was
God.
actually like hurt seriously in any way, so we're allowed to laugh at them, and
Uh-huh.
am I glad to? Because wow, that's dumb.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is what
really.
happens when you get a bunch of idiots who don't understand how wake works.
There's this absolutely beautiful photo of this like really nice motorboat that's sitting on the bottom of, I guess it's an ocean. I don't know. It could be a lake. And there's like this big Trump banner hanging off of it, and it's just sitting there all sunk.
Oh, Seth Andrews posted that one. That's how I
Aw.
saw it. Yeah. That was
Couldn't have
absolutely
happened
beautiful.
to better people.
It's true.
Oh man,
It
yeah.
deeply amuses me that this
I mean,
happened.
if you're gonna go on the
Mhm.
water, you really need to understand the physics of water.
It can only help.
Yeah, I mean, if you have two watercraft moving and generating their wakes, and you have them in a certain relationship to each other, the wakes add together, and you end up with more
Right.
than either one of them would generate by itself. Yeah, and you can generate a tsunami that way, basically. And
Yep.
these people who drink a case of beer and then go driving on the river or the lake or whatever it is, they just don't get that shit. Oh, are you bringing up the?
No, something else.
Oh, wait a minute. What do we have?
Oh my.
Yeah, I will attempt to find the Trump vote for you if you want me to.
Oh, if you don't mind, yeah, that would be so much fun. I don't know if all these kids have seen this. And it's so great. I mean, the boat is just sitting there. It's not harmed in any way. It's just on the bottom of the river or the lake or whatever the hell it was with this fucking Trump flag. Oh,
Well, it was
man.
relatively majestic down there too. It's just kind of broken.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I wonder how many of them were carrying the requisite number of flotation
Life
collars and
jackets.
all that shit.
Yeah.
I could not tell you. Let's see. Where's that picture? Wow, look at all these. Like, I had no idea that boat rallies for Trump were a thing, but, well,
I guess that's how they show off their disposable income.
Maybe.
Conspicuous
know.
consumption. I don't know.
honestly, actually, because that's the thing. There's, like, not all of these boats are amazing, And so I figure it's just a bunch of rednecks who love to fish and love their Trumpenstein.
Moo. Moo.
Now, I'm trying to, like, I can't find a picture of the boat without someone else's commentary on it, which is kind of annoying, but I have found it. So give me a sec here.
Okay.
Well, come on. I said open image in new tab, not take me to the site where it is.
Oh, only 4 or 5? I thought it was more. Okay.
What?
Amiga Nut says 4 or 5 boats got swamped. I thought it was more than 4 or 5, but
Well,
Still,
I've
it's
been
funny.
full of shit before, so I'm not going to slink away from it.
So, I mean, I'm sure the people who own those 4 boats aren't happy about it.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it is.
But, I mean, seriously, is that not perfect?
The
is
bigger, richer
absolutely
boats fed
beautiful.
by the smaller, poorer boats and created the waves that sunk the smaller boats.
Yep. And guess who's going to have to pay for those boats?
I can't imagine. Probably the insurance companies.
Yeah, but the poor people won't be able to sue them.
I don't know. Do you
'Cause
have
they've got
no
better
fault marine
lawyers.
insurance or what?
Oh no, I meant their insurance. I doubt Trump is even going to touch this.
Oh no,
It's not like
Trump
it was
wouldn't touch it.
doing.
What I'm wondering though is, with the marine insurance, is it no fault such that you cannot go after the bigger boat when it swamps your smaller boat? You have to pay everything out, or your insurance has to pay everything
Bigger
out.
fish. But no, I would imagine it's more likely there's going to be a thing where it's like, oh, we don't cover operator error.
Mm.
Sure, maybe it broke, but if you broke it, no.
Don't know.
Yes, and
Well-
Mage says that's why we have no wake zones. Oh hell yeah!
Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, a Trump rally is a no woke zone, huh?
Pretty much. I like it.
Yep.
I mean, come on, that was just sitting there. I had to say it.
Of course you did.
Of course, the best part is that it was on the fly too. Like I didn't think that one up. It just came to me.
Mhm.
Oh my. Oh my, and then there's this kitty over here.
How? I found the perfect shirt for Stool.
Oh yay.
It's a mermaid hippie stoner smoking weed.
Oh no.
And I don't know what his deal is with mermaids, but yeah.
Okay.
You know who Stool is.
No.
Really, a
Milking
very
Stool?
simple milking Stool, yeah.
I've seen him, but in chat, but I don't actually know them.
Well, he has this weird thing about mermaids lately. It seems like he changes which one is his fetish, like every couple of weeks. But whatever, I don't understand the mermaid thing, but I'm sure he'd love that shirt.
And then
Okay.
he's got this thing about falconry. Can't forget that.
That's why I say he seems to change his obsession every week, because now it's falconry. 2 weeks ago, it was mermaids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is beautiful. I see a shirt with a Canadian flag, but the maple leaf is, like replaced with a pot leaf, and it says, "Oh, cannabis." Yeah.
Yay. That is the Og and the Foo. I like it.
So,
Oh
Yeah.
my. I don't know what we have here. What do we have here? We have all kinds of stuff. Stuff, right?
Right. Stuff and things. Yeah.
I thought it was various and sundry, but okay. I don't know. It's funny. Like, do we really need various and sundry?
Well, I don't know. Variation may cover part of it, but not all of it. I mean, you do need sundress or whatever things. I know you have sundry. So do you have sundress? I don't know.
In a weird way, just looking at this one shirt makes me almost wish I was religious, because it says I'm blunt because God rolled me that way.
All right.
Okay.
And,
Now,
I'm not sure if
Rajni-
anyone's noticed, but I do have a tendency to be blunt. So,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
well, here we go. Sorry for my bluntness. That's how I roll. All right. Of course, I've never actually used a blunt. I've heard of them. I've never had one. I don't really want to. Like, I'm avoiding smoking as much as I can. Vaping is bad enough.
Okay then. Yeah.
Okay, tempted to get this shirt. It says higher than giraffe pussy.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
that's pretty good. I like that.
Oh my. Okay, wait.
Man, some of these are brilliant. You have to go a couple of pages, but eventually you find some really good ones.
Let's see if we get this one right.
Oh, I know which one I'm gonna buy. Oh, that's perfect. That's absolutely beautiful, and I absolutely love it. It says healthcare, but you know, the three letters right in the middle is THC. Healthcare. It's perfect.
Okay, yeah, move. Move
You know,
indeed.
because the THC, those letters are in green. And also, given just how much I care about Medicare for all, and not to mention, you know, like free marijuana would help, or not free, legal marijuana would help the rest of the country. So many people want it. So I figure I need this shirt. Uh-oh.
There we go. Yeah, that's what I found, if you guys can see it.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely have to get this. But the question is, let's see, dark heather, asphalt, or black? Huh.
What's the difference between asphalt and black?
Well, asphalt appears to be a very specific shade of gray.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think I like that. I have way too many black shirts already back when I was like, you know, hanging with goths. All right, we will be adding that to our cart. Yes, we will.
Oh, and look who shows up. Hey, Stool.
Oh, we were just talking about you. Nothing bad. Like we
This
found
time.
well, I found a T-shirt with a stoner mermaid on it, and guess who I thought of?
Nobody we know.
No. So now I just need to find like a mermaid with one of those weird falconry forearm guard thingies and smoking weed.
Yay!
Well, let's see, open that one in a new tab. See what we got. Oh, okay, you guys are still there. I couldn't tell because everyone had gone silent. And sometimes on this stupid Chromebook, if I have too many tabs open, it
Right.
stops, like Chrome stops functioning for a while.
Oh,
You know,
fun.
especially if the tabs are still loading. Like once enough of them are done loading, usually things go back to normal. But I couldn't
Okay.
tell, and since everyone was quiet and I was in a different tab, well, I had to check.
Okay.
You were off in the large Magellanic Cloud, right? Off in outer space somewhere.
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
Now here's a question. If I also get the one with the I like weed, my cat, and 3 other people, although there's no commas, maybe I won't get that one. But they have it in pink. Now I don't usually wear pink, but I'm tempted.
I don't know what's wrong with pink. I mean, Aaron has worn pink.
And that makes it bad?
No, that makes it perfectly acceptable. I mean, if a Klingon will wear pink, just about anybody can.
Okay, I must have misheard you before. Did you say that you know why pink is bad, or why pink isn't bad?
No. I cannot remember the exact words, but it was something like pink isn't all that bad. Something like that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it does depend on a person's coloring, though. I mean, like, I have kind of swarthy-ish skin. You know, like we're talking Eastern Europe and Italy and Africa here, all mixing together into something that's kind of olive. I'm not sure if my skin tone and pink work together. You know?
Oh, I don't know. Get a cloth mask in pink and see if that works. And maybe that's a cheaper way to experiment. I don't know. No.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay.
4 there.
There we go.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I actually was forced to bitch almost Karen style at Amazon because they delivered something when they, like, way after they said they would. And, you know, if you kvetch to Amazon enough and in the right way, they'll give you free shit,
Oh my.
Okay.
which is part of why I'm willing to buy one of these shirts.
Okay.
Well, because I've been spending way the hell too much money, but like lately, because I did just repair my computer for about $400.
Mm.
So I should probably, yeah, like moderate my spending. Thus, if something is free, well,
Now I'm just nosy here, or as they would say here in town, Nebby. That $400 bought you what? A CPU and what else did you get?
yeah, a 1.8 terabyte hard drive.
Oh, okay.
Yes, not to mention things like labor.
Yeah, labor is always worth paying for. Really, it is.
I'm not sure I own any purple clothing. I think I'm gonna make this other shirt purple.
Okay.
Purple's always fun. I like purple.
Well, it is often considered a very regal color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have my
So
polo shirts
between
arranged.
purple and royal blue.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I have my polo shirts arranged in my closet.
And I completely forgot. I still have that money from the Amazon study. I can get 2 shirts for free. Awesome.
Yeah, I have my polo shirts hanging in my closet, arranged as the resistor color code: black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, gray, and white. Yeah, I'm weird that way.
Well, I know which one you shouldn't cut unless movies are lying to me.
I forget which one.
Well, you don't cut I mean, sometimes you cut the red wire, but usually you don't want to do that.
Okay then.
Usually you have to do some weird bypass thingy and then you can cut the red wire.
Moo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all the great people in here, don't we? We have Omega Nuts, and we have Mage Grey Wolf, and we have Geo Sam, and
And I never got an introduction.
you never
What?
did get it. No. Our
I'm sorry,
our
you never got.
navigator and chief engineer here, Mom NATO.
Yes, she,
Your intro. Okay.
yeah, she never introduced me. I never got to say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody.
Man, I don't know if it's me or if it's the noise coming from outside because there's a lot of it today for some reason, or if it's just this stupid laptop, but I am having a very difficult time hearing people. Like, it's not a matter of I can't hear the sounds coming out of you. It's just that that they seem kind of mushy and inarticulate at times.
Moo.
It could just be me.
Well,
It's gotta be me. When it doesn't sound.
it's been-
I need to.
Let's see.
I'm
Damn
trying
it, I can't remember
to
which one.
amuse myself today by playing Sudoku.
You mean Sudoku?
Sudoku. Sudoku.
Sudoku. Yes.
Sudoku. Yes.
Kind of like Sudafed, but not quite.
Mhm. I'm on
That's
puzzle
the
number
stuff you can't get
4.
unless you sign over your firstborn male child anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, something like that.
What is?
I'm on.
Sudafed.
Sudafed?
Yeah. I'm on puzzle 54 out of 1056.
You know, I suppose like there'd have to be something that went really wrong in like, the corporate and governmental world for you to have to sue the Fed.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, for the
It sure is
longest
tempting lately.
time, you couldn't do that. That was the interesting thing because the theory was that if you were suing the government, you were suing yourself.
Really.
I'm not sure I
how
agree
that
with
would
that.
work.
Hmm?
I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, sure, you might be like suing the entire American people and taking their money if you get damages from the government for their misbehavior, but you're hardly suing yourself if, say, you were wrongfully imprisoned by the government, for example.
Yeah, I don't remember how far any of this extended. This was quite a long time ago. But the theory was that the citizens were the government. So if a citizen sued the government, the citizen was suing himself. And of course, it does not work that way.
No.
No, because the harm is done by the agents of government rather than government itself. They're still working on getting closer to the truth, but I don't know if they'll ever get there. But what the hell?
Hard to say.
What I'd really like to see is a situation where, okay, let's say Abel, Baker, and Charlie are wronged by some agency or whatever it is. They sue the agency. Whatever they receive as compensation comes out of the agency's budget, which comes out of the taxes paid into, so they're essentially paying part of their own settlement. I'd really like to be able to see something where the actual people involved get it out of their pockets. And I know. No, in many cases, these people don't make anywhere near enough to pay out a settlement.
Right.
Well, that is something I've often wondered about, though, is like, suppose someone gets sued and it's for way more than the assets they have. Like, do they have to pay it off in installments? How does that work?
I don't know.
I don't know exactly. I think there are some settlement plans where you end up paying in installments for the rest of your life. But even then, you might have a settlement amount where it's more than you could ever pay throughout your entire lifetime. And by the time you die, there's going to be a balance remaining. What good is that?
You can't sue your family for it.
It seems a bit too harsh, honestly. I mean, it might almost be better to go to prison for 5 years than pay $5 million in whatever, damages and court fees and all of that stuff. I'd be like, look, chuck me in the slammer, because otherwise this is going to last my whole life, rather than the 5 years I'd spend in the hoosegow. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's sort of the same logic of, well, if I'm never going to get better from this disease and it's going to really, really hurt, then, kill me now.
Yes, absolutely. We can go into that one on another show, but oh my. Yes, I agree with Geo Sam. Give that naughty like button a smack. Please do. We've got 9 people in here and 4 likes. What the hell's going on here? We got to do a little better than that. Yes, kids. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm just not doing a good enough job. Maybe the ladies, Kate and Tina, aren't holding up my end of the thing here. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's just that people, when they're supposed to smack the ratings button, the thumb up button, they don't quite realize that they're actually not supposed to smack their own ass instead.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, turn the camera on, you guys. Let's see this. Let's see as you do it. Yeah. Get some pictures. Pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah, really.
So Gio, you're taking off. Be a good sweetie, okay? Tashi di Pietranda. Ay, caramba. I am not too knowing. Yeah, it's just all sorts of strange stuff.
Kind of looking forward to getting back to my animation stuff, though. The other day I had this like big honking problem with the animation, and it took some doing. But I figured out what the problem was, and it would take a million years to explain it, like because there's context. Like if anyone uses 3ds Max, they'll know what I'm saying. But if you don't, it's going to be gibberish, so not worth explaining. But oh my gosh, it was a pain in the ass figuring out how to make this work. And when I finally figured out what the problem was, I was so like exhausted that I just didn't do anything, and then the computer broke. So
Oh goodness. So what
Yeah.
exactly happened to your computer?
basically, it was overheating pretty badly. And it
Oh.
was overheating pretty badly because it was kind of full of dust bunnies and cat fur. Some of which were the same as each other. And in the process of cleaning it out, I somehow managed to fry the CPU. So I had them replace that and add a new hard drive because honestly, the amount of space I'll need for the footage for a 43-page script animation,
Uh-huh.
1 terabyte ain't gonna do it, folks. So
Mhm.
I need an entirely separate hard drive. And
Yeah, I have.
What? Okay, silly question. Was your computer still plugged in when you were cleaning it out?
well, it was off.
Yeah. Oh God, bad Kate. Bad, bad Kate.
You've got me
Well,
wondering, Kate.
I needed to upgrade the bastard anyway. They actually put in when they put in the CPU, they put in a much better cooling system.
You're lucky you didn't fry your motherboard.
Well, you know what? I didn't.
You got me wondering though, Kate. You're running Windows, and I'm wondering, how do you work with multiple drives under Windows?
Oh, that's
It's
easy.
the easiest thing in the world. It's just, if you install a second drive, it looks at the letter of the most recent
Drive.
whatever, and it just says, okay, now I'm E: instead of D.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
one of the things I really like about Linux is, okay, I have, for example, right now I'm running 2 hard drives. They are both mounted on a single big honking file system. To me at the console, it's totally transparent. I don't even necessarily know that I have 2 disk drives.
Okay, the way Windows works is you have, depending upon which version of Windows, you can click on the Windows icon, which is usually the start icon,
Okay.
and you go to computer. Like mine has, I have, as soon as I can get it to come up, C, D, E, and A. A doesn't work anymore because there's no floppy drive plugged in. C is my operating system, and D is a different drive, and then E is my DVD drive.
Okay, so you have to address each drive
No, it
to get to the
automatically
files
does
that
it
are
for
on
you.
them?
Well, it's all listed under my computer. You don't have to go looking. You just go to my computer, and then whatever you have chosen to store on B, C, D, E, whatever, is there. So if you know where you put it when you installed it, then you don't have to go to any of the other drives. You just go to the drive where you installed the program.
Okay, I think I get it. Yeah, because what I do here is when I boot up a system, when I turn it on, part of the script that is run when it boots up is mount the 6 terabyte hard drive on the home directory. Mount the first partition of the 1 terabyte drive on the root directory. And then after that, I never have to worry about the particular device involved. I just go to the root directory or I go to the home directory, and it doesn't matter what's mounted on those directories. I'll get to whatever's there.
Sounds more complicated than Windows.
It's actually simpler, believe it or not.
Well, it sounds, I don't know, simpler to use, but possibly less intuitive, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're right. You're right.
If I'm replacing drives, for example, maybe a drive goes bad on me. Well, how do I know which one unless I can explicitly know which drive a file is on?
Right.
Okay, there's where you're going to run into some stuff. Yes. If you cannot get to your home directory, you do need to know what device is mounted on the home directory so you know which one is bad. Yes, you are right with that.
So
Well,
you don't
this
have that
sounds
problem.
like a giant pain in the ass. I'd rather do it the way Windows does it.
Yeah, because here I have one large file system, and there are devices that are hung on it. So it's great in normal operation, but yeah, when something goes wrong, chasing shit down, that's all sorts of fun.
I mean, there are a couple of things I had to do with my animation because for a render farm, when you send a file, okay, someone's echoing pretty bad.
Echoing?
I don't know which one of you it is, but I can hear myself from one of you.
It might be
Yes.
me. It might be me. Let me see what we can do here.
All right,
Yeah,
well, I'm going to talk until it is or isn't fixed. But what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, drives and stuff.
Render
Oh yeah,
farm.
okay, if I have a texture map on an object, a 3D object, whatever it may be, and I don't give the location of that particular file using the network, then the render farm can't find it because it goes looking in its own C:/whatever to find the file, and it's not going to be there. So I have to give the location of every file in my animation that gets used during render time as a network address rather than a local disk address. And you'd
Okay.
think the program could translate that on the fly and go, I remember which computer gave the order to start rendering. I can find the files there on that computer, and I don't need to go looking on my own.
That sounds a little bit like the Unix NFS, the network file system. Yeah, okay. So I get kind of what you're dealing with. And this is interesting, though. If you send something to your render farm, I take it that you send it to a front door, and then from there, that network of computers decides what's going to happen to it?
Well, kind of. You have to set up a server on the main machine where it's going to be receiving the files. Well, no, not necessarily, but that's a rabbit hole we don't need to go down. Yeah, so when you set up that client, you also have to have corresponding, when you set up that server, you have to have corresponding client programs on all of your render farm computers.
Right.
So that when you send the command to render, it'll ask you which computers do you want to use to render, or do you want to use the entire render farm or whatever. Usually I want to keep working, so I tell it just use the render farm computers and not the main machine.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's essentially how it works, is you send out a render command and it finds the computers on the network and blah, 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 blah.
And then it knows how to divide your project up into slices. If am I making sense here?
It's the simplest thing in the world. I mean, like say you have 3 computers in your render farm,
Okay.
right? And you tell it, go. Now, the first computer that manages to load up 3ds Max and then load up the file will render frame number 1. And then the next one will look at the server and go, well, what's the next frame that needs to be rendered? And it'll do that one. Lather, rinse, repeat until you're done rendering.
Oh, okay, okay. So I kind of had the right idea. Okay, I got you now. I got you.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that there's a 3DS Max tech out there who would hear my description and go, that's certainly how it looks, but under the hood, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Effectively, it works the way I just described.
Moo. Or as they say in the old country, moo. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
You're a moose.
There
Hey,
you
everybody.
go.
Stupid okay, this is one of the problems with this goddamn Chromebook. It is so slow that if I try to load up one of my videos to reply to a comment or something, and then I tell it to pause, oh, it'll be about a minute before it decides, yeah, you don't need to speak anymore.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Fun.
And I don't know if this has been happening to anybody else, but I've been getting notifications of comments on my videos that aren't there.
Oh, that's
Weird.
interesting. That has not
Yeah.
happened to me. No.
And I honestly could not tell you why. You know, and I've tried reloading the page. I've tried sorting by, top comments and most recent, and it doesn't help. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe they deleted their comment before I got to it, and so I saw the notification, but not the comment.
Oh, that's what Ox My Foo on Twitter. They didn't do this many moons ago, but now I will get a notification. Okay, that something happened, and okay, I'll look. Somebody left a comment to one of my tweets, and I want to respond to that comment that they left, and I go to respond to it, and it's not there. So they deleted the comment, but it still remained in my notifications. What's up with that? I don't get that.
Sometimes I wonder if it's just a matter of like, yeah, we sent you the notification, but when you opened the video or the Facebook post or whatever, we didn't send you to the comment, and you're going to have to dig.
Moo.
Like, yeah, the comment's there. It's down 3 pages, but it's there. And it's even like, I wish Facebook had an expand all option, because there's times when I will get to like a post and there's 300 freaking replies, and maybe it's one of those like comedy meme things, like what movie is this picture from? Wrong answers only, and everyone's like making these funny little guesses. And you want to see whether your funny answer has been said already by somebody, but you can't, because there's 300 replies, and when you click see more, it opens up 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
They're coming to get you, Kate.
No, I just live too close to 2 hospitals and a fire station and probably a police station, but I haven't gone looking. So, like, yeah, seriously. And also, I'm like near a very major road, actually near 2 very major roads, not to mention a bunch of highways. In fact, well, I don't want to say that, it'll reveal too much about where I live, but yeah, there's another item I'm leaving off. Regardless, though, yeah, sirens are very frequent here.
Moo. I don't know. That's
7.
one nice thing about being here is that we are off the highway to some extent, and you don't get all of the highway noise. You get some of it, but not all of it.
Well,
I mean, this isn't the worst place I've ever lived. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either.
I don't know. It's like after a while, if you live deep in the middle of a city long enough, you kind of get numb to traffic noises unless you really can't ignore them.
Mm.
So, I don't know. So whenever a siren goes off, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a world outside, isn't there? But other than that, I don't notice.
Moo. And then we've got Amiga Nuts doing the shilling that Amiga Nuts does. Yay, Amiga Nuts.
Oof.
Amiga
I
Nuts.
should just close my Gmail tab so I'm not so distracted. Like people keep wanting to communicate with me and I'm busy. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the social media when I'm not in the middle of a live stream.
Okay then.
Well, you know, and I suppose if I closed Gmail, I wouldn't notice. But then I'd also feel that anxiety of, do I have email to answer? Do I have email to answer? I think I have email to answer. So, you know.
At least neither of my mailers are on this particular system, so I don't have to worry about that. Yes, I run 2 mailers. I only have about, 9 email accounts?
Yeah, I've got a bunch that may still exist, and I've got a few that were probably like the service where I made it is probably deader than my sex life. So,
Okay then.
well, I mean, like there was this one, it was called like Concentric Network Services or something. Everyone just called it Chris, CRIS. And I think I still have that email address, but I haven't paid for the service in like decades. And I haven't tried to use it. And for all I know, like I say, it's gone. But even if it isn't, if I tried to get back to that email address, I probably couldn't use it. And it's probably full of spam if it's still there.
Yeah. That sort of thing
So,
does tend to happen.
yeah, that's one of the things I actually really like about Gmail is it handles spam pretty automatically and pretty well. I'm not sure I've ever found something in the spam folder that shouldn't be there, but I've definitely found, like I've surfed into it every now and then, and I'm just saying it's good. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Well,
Good is good.
Mm-hmm.
technically.
Hmm. Sometimes good isn't all that good, and sometimes good is excellent. But
Uh,
and I'm being weird. But what else is new?
3.
Of course, I'm also having a discussion with some folks that actually kind of care about a great deal, which, like, one of the reasons why I've been thinking about this is when I was thinking about taking a martial art again and trying to get better exercise, is that my joints seem to be not even stiff. It's that they hit a barrier, and if I try to go beyond it, it's super, super painful. Like, I cannot sit cross-legged without it being extraordinarily painful.
No.
Same with the martial arts seated pose that you see a lot in Japan. It's called sitting seiza, right? Where you're like sitting on your forelegs, basically, and like your ass is resting on your heels. That hurts
Yeah.
like a motherfucker, and I watch other people do it so easily. I don't know what's going on. It's like, what is there calcium deposits somewhere that's preventing full range of movement? Are there ligaments or tendons that are wrapped around something they shouldn't be wrapped around? I mean, why the hell can't I bend like that?
There you go. Yeah, Amiga Nuts. Let me see if I've got that right. I think it's about right. Okay, Lavender Lady, the lavenderlady.com. I have 2 email addresses. One for me, one for the admin. For the cooking show, the transgenderedchef.org, 2 email addresses. One for me, one for the admin. And then the domain I've had like halfway to forever. I think I have 3 or 4 email accounts. I mean, there's my personal email account. Then there's another one I had to make because my bus fare card would not recognize the one I already had, and I couldn't get them to make it recognize it, so I had to set up another email account just for that. God damn it! Let's see. There are a couple more where I was playing Facebook games, and I made accounts for other players on those Facebook games, and each of them came with an email address. So it might not be 9, it might be more like 12.
You know, I've got 2, and one of them is like my Gmail address. The other one is a Gmail address specifically for Quinn Redshift. I used it to communicate with my actors. That's about it, you know?
Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, thank you. Yes. There's a Comcast email address that I got when I started Comcast service. And then there's another one when I started something else. It came with an email address that I haven't used. But,
And
yeah.
you know, I noticed that you've got at least 2 Twitter accounts. I was surfing on Twitter and it started
Yes.
recommending people you may know. And I'm like, wait a minute. Don't I already know you?
Yeah, there's Lavender Lady 0 and there's Lavender Lady 00. That second one, Lavender Lady 00, excuse me. I am so
Bless you.
sorry. I set that one up when I was having some trouble when I first started Twitter. I was getting shadow banned. And I was trying to figure out what the heck was going
Shadow
on.
band?
Yes, this is something they do when they think that you're causing problems and they want to sequester you from the rest of the world. Oh, my word.
Bless you.
When you're sitting at your Twitter console, you will make tweets and things like that, and it looks perfectly normal to you. But the rest of the world cannot see you.
Weird.
Yeah, and they do that. For example, when I started up my Twitter, I must have followed too many people at once one day. So they decide, oh, this account is spam. We're going to shadow ban that account. We're going to sequester it.
Never had that happen on Twitter. Have had something similar happen on Facebook, where they're like, "Yeah, you've posted too many times with too many similar posts or whatever," and I'm like, "But I was talking to my friends. There's nothing here that was, spammy. What the hell's going on?" But they decided, nah, there's something different about these posts you've been making. We gotta call them spam. So sorry. Come back and post again in 3 hours.
Yeah, and then with the Twitter doing that to me, it wasn't 3 hours, it was 3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, stuff like that.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do it or not. This was almost 3 years ago that they were doing this sort of thing, and they were doing it to a lot of people. I
Makes
wasn't the
me
only
glad I
one.
don't have a Twitter account.
I like every time I hear people talking about how much they hate Facebook and love Twitter, and I'm sitting there going, you people must like type at a Dr. Seuss level of linguistic ability because, I run out of characters on Twitter all the fucking time. And I know
Yes.
that you can spread this post out across 2 posts. I'm like, well, at that point, why not just increase the character limit, you bitches?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like I prefer Facebook just because I can write as much as I goddamn well please. I mean, I think the character limit is something like 5,000 or 8,000. So I mean, compared to Twitter, I feel like I can express myself properly. So whenever I hear someone saying, "Oh, I love Twitter and fuck Facebook," I'm like, I mean, why though? Is it anything other than you hate Mark Zuckerberg? Like, what's wrong with the interface?
Yeah. Now, when I started doing the Twitter, and mainly it was to promote my videos and stuff like that, I just kind of fell off the end of Facebook. I hadn't done anything there in a very long time. And I lost contact with a lot of people because there are just so many people who find what they have and they absolutely refuse to try anything else or add anything else. Um,
Yeah,
So-
that doesn't sound like anyone we know. Cough, cough. Linux.
So the thing is, for example, if you don't run Facebook, you can't talk to this person, and this person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for a good long time, I ignored the hell out of Twitter because I just found that restrictive character limit, like, just unacceptable.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean 280 is bad, but Jesus Christ, 140 was a pain.
What?
Remember they doubled the character limit at one point? It used to be 140 characters,
okay.
and now it's 280.
Okay, sure, but I needed more context. The numbers didn't mean anything until you said characters.
Dobrojnie. And then there's Beth over there. Hi, Beth. Yay.
Okay. I'm going to jump in here for a minute. I am going to go. My knee is starting to hurt
Oh no.
from arthritis in it. Yeah. Because of the pouring down rain that's going on outside.
Dobrojnie.
I'm going to go put it up, put some absorbing junior on it, and put a heating pad on it.
They
So,
still do that stuff?
I have it, yes.
Oh wow.
I have a knee brace that I can wrap it in if I can find it. But yeah, it's been a busy day and a lot of walking and standing at the vet, and then standing all day yesterday has not helped while doing Mom's laundry. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm in a little bit of pain, so I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna end up taking Tylenol PM to go to sleep tonight. So yeah, not fun.
I've been having difficulty getting to sleep lately, and I think that's partly because I'm out of weed.
Okay.
Well, no, seriously, that shit will help you sleep. But I mean, like, I've often struggled with insomnia anyway, so like actually before I started trying weed, I was regularly getting to sleep at 3 a.m. after going to bed at midnight. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
finding a solution that would let me fall asleep before dawn was helpful.
One thing I've discovered is it does help a little bit for me to play YouTube videos one after another. You know how you set up that autoplay and everything else. That helps me fall asleep. But I sometimes wonder if it doesn't also potentiate nightmares. I couldn't tell you.
What are you watching?
Whatever they happen to throw at me. I mean,
Oh, well, that could make a difference. I very tightly control what I fall asleep to. Like, I have a bunch of MP3s of movies I've ripped on my Kindle. Now, I know a lot of you are going, Kate, you mean MP4? No, I'm not going to watch it. So I just wanted the sound. MP3.
yeah.
But like those help me sleep because I chose them because they're comforting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start, for example, last night, I started listening to one of the old movie nights from sometime in January 2019. It was a really fun show, have some good memories from that show. But up next was going to be something about life on Mars. I don't know how the hell it chose that one to play next, but that's what its algorithm did. So it's a darn good thing that the movie night I was listening to was 7 hours long, because I woke up by the time it was time for the next video. But that is not always the case. I mean, very often it'll end, and then
Well,
I'll end up
I
with
mean,
some
one-
weird shit.
one thing I kind of want to do is go find, like, I want to make a playlist on YouTube, and I'll go find like as many episodes from the 80s of The Price is Right as I can possibly find, because I have associations with that show, with Bob Barker, and especially if the announcer is Rod Roddy, but it doesn't matter that much. Um, where it's like if I was ever sick and staying home from school, wrapped up in a blanket, eating chicken soup and watching game shows, and of course, The Price is Right was the big one. That was the one you really were waiting for because it came like right before the noon news or the soap operas or whatever,
Hmm.
you know like everything up to that was sort of the opening act, and then you get to The Price is Right. And I mean, there's something comforting about it. There's something familiar and homey and little kidsy about it, like you're all wrapped up in a blanket and being taken care of. And I think falling asleep to something like that is not a bad idea. But of course, again, me being the dyed in the wool 80s kid, it might not work the same for everybody unless they have those same associations.
Well, I had something similar when I had the cranial surgery and the whole bit. I was in hospital for a month, and I was getting the television service, and there was a channel that was essentially nothing but game shows. And I came to really, really like. There was one game show which was essentially a giant pinball machine, and for some strange reason, that was a lot of fun, and I really liked that one. Um, there were another couple that I really liked, and yeah, it was kind of nice to look forward to those every day because there was really no one to talk to. The cute candy striper couldn't be there all day. Um,
Yeah, but there was one thing you said there that was completely wrong, though.
what's
You were
that?
not in the hospital. You were in a hospital. You were in the hospital, but you weren't in the hospital. That's not how you say it.
Moo.
Okay? I mean, no one says I was in restaurant.
That would be an
You
interesting way to put it, wouldn't
know? We were going down the highway. We were in car.
it?
You know what I mean? I'll
Moo.
never understand that. It's like, oh, we are going. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
I am not too knowing. I do not know. I am not too knowing where comes from this thing to being to making. But
Yeah,
the little differences you get from here to there. It's interesting the way
yeah.
that works.
I don't know. I just like. There's times I really wish I could understand the mindset behind the differences, like in the nuts and bolts differences. Where it's like, what are we're actually changing grammar kind of
Hmm.
stuff. I mean, I don't know. Of course, I also wonder how we ended up where the like one word in the United States and one word in Britain, they don't mean the same thing at all. Like ask an American for a torch and see what you
Yeah.
get.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah.
Like say we're gonna ride the trolley and watch our confusion when we go to a supermarket instead of a train station.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And never in England, unless you're invited, unless it's consensual, never pat a woman on her fanny.
Right.
You're not Donald Trump. But I'm just saying, I wonder how we ended up with these different like definitions for words that sometimes are so close and yet just a little bit off.
Well, I could see the torch thing because okay, first you started off in the caves carrying these sticks that were on fire,
Yeah.
to light your way where you were going and all this other stuff. Then along comes this rather stick-looking thing that performs the same function, but electrically. So you might say, "Oh, look, it's an electric torch." And then you
Yeah,
end up dropping the electric because you don't carry the flaming sticks around that often.
but the thing is though that unless they're trying to be kitschy, no one says, "Oh, we're going to see the moving pictures anymore." You know, like archaic terminology doesn't often survive. So how the hell did torch make the cut?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a comfortable word,
I
friendly word,
guess
happy
that's
word.
strange to me.
And I mean, in a way, moving picture did kind of survive. It became
Oh,
movie.
yeah, but my point is that no one actually says moving pictures anymore.
I'm right. Too many syllables.
Yeah, and I mean seriously, flashlight, light. It, I mean, let's put it this way. The medium is different. The way in which the light is generated is different. You know, you're not setting something on fire with a flashlight. You know, nothing's being consumed by burning in that way that it does with a torch. And so, I mean, it makes sense to call them different things. It's kind of like trying to say, oh, you sit on this really long thing, this wide thing. So clearly it's a chair. And it's like, no, that's a fucking couch, dude.
Hmm.
You know, the couches and chairs are different. So why shouldn't torches and flashlights be different?
And it's interesting though when you talk about flashlights, um, there is a usage of that word that just doesn't survive anymore. I actually had a flashlight. It was a tubular aluminum thing. At one end was a lamp, a little bulb, and then it contained some batteries. And its switch had two functions. If you pushed the switch forward, the light glowed continuously. If you left the switch back but pushed the button in the middle of that switch, the light would flash. And you could send Morse code with one of those flashlights. It was a scaled down Aldous lamp.
I think I know the flashlights you're talking about. Now, unless there was more than one brand or whatever, if I recall, these were the ones that were mostly yellow, but the ends were black.
Okay, the one I had was much older. It was
Okay.
aluminum, but I know the ones you're talking about. Yes,
Yeah.
the yellow and black. Yeah, the
I
one I
actually
had
have
was
not seen one of those in ages.
it had the Eveready brand on it, and it must have dated from about 1946. Something like that. It had been around a while. Um,
So, you know what the potato chip said to the battery?
okay, wait a minute now. It has to have something to do with the salt and battery, right?
No,
No?
no. Hey, if you're ever ready, I'm Frito Lay.
Okay then.
Uh, you know. So yeah, I learned that one in like junior high, and I don't know why I never forgot it. Because as long as I say it all that often, years will go by between saying that, and yet somehow I retain it. Much like those commercials that won't get out of your head since childhood.
Okay.
I was in an 80s nostalgia group, and all I had to say was two all beef patties, and everyone knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Oh,
Two all
yes.
special
Mm-hmm.
sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah,
The
so
the one
those
I
things, oh, they stick in your head and you can't get rid of them. Man, sometimes I wish I could just do a reformat and reinstall on my brain.
the one I really miss is the original Wendy's Where's the Beef?
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, you had the little lady, there, interjecting in the middle of everything, where's the beef? Where's the beef?
It,
I don't think there's any beef.
all right, I got one for you. I've fallen and I can't. Yeah.
Oh my! And I also remember, and some of them were very, very, very offensive. Um, I
Were
remember
they?
one for a breakfast. Well, they'd be considered offensive now. Let me tell you, there was one for a breakfast cereal where you had the breakfast cereal's mascot in a kettle of water with a fire under it, and there were stereotypical cannibals dancing around this thing with saying hoyo toyo," and the guy in the thing says, "Ahoyo toyo, Captain Crunch here, and today I'm guest of honor at a big native banquet." And one of the cannibals says,
Oh dear,
"But
oh
only
dear.
for a little while." True.
Yeah, that's definitely yeah.
Yeah, yes, this is stuff you can't do anymore.
Yeah.
It was hilarious in 1966, I'll tell you. But
Well, there's like a meme going around right now about like an old board game. I think it might have actually been just an old package of Battleship. I forget. But it says "Fun for the whole family," and the picture on the box shows like Dad and Junior playing the game while
oh,
Mom and Sis are like doing the dishes and
yeah,
watching kids have fun.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you just don't get away with that stuff anymore. And there's no reason you should be able to get away with that
Yeah.
stuff anymore.
Although honestly, there are times where people start making a huge fuss about something where honestly, their outrage is making things worse.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I encountered this Twitter discussion where someone was just going off about LGBT folk doing hate speech about straight people. And like the hate speech was like one person went, ugh, straights. That was like the whole thing. Or maybe it was straight people suck. I forget. There was this one little comment. It was not like lynch them all or something. It was someone bitching, right? And
Hmm.
the next thing you know, it's this 100 post, like this 100 reply post about hate speech and how it's never okay and it doesn't matter if you're punching up and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, right now, even though I'm technically on your side, I don't want to be on your side.
Yeah,
Like, in principle, I agree with you, but I don't want to be associated with complete butt munches like this. You're making me look bad for agreeing with you. Knock it
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
yeah.
and then there's
And after a while, I decided, well, they're not calming down, so let's just tweak them. Let's poke the bear and see what happens.
moo. Yeah, now
Yeah,
they're all complaining about cis being a slur, and it's like, oh, come on,
well,
give me a break here, will you?
okay, you want to know when it's a slur is if I start calling you a sissy.
There you go.
I mean, not that I barely even say the word because it really doesn't come up unless I'm around people who give a shit about it. But it's like the sheer number of arguments I see about, cis, het this, white that, blah, 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 blah on Facebook. And I'm just like, wow, some of you people care way the hell too much about this stuff. I mean, like, if there was actual oppression, if people were really being like hurt, okay. But this is kind of like when people wigged out about Oriental rather than
Oh,
Asian.
yeah, yeah.
Because I've been watching all these movies from the 80s, and and I had that argument with a friend a long time ago. I was like, back in the 80s, people said Oriental, and there was nothing mean about it. There was no discrimination. That was just the word everybody used. And I can even find examples of Asian people calling themselves Oriental. And nobody had a problem with it. The outrage was completely manufactured. It is so much bullshit. And it seemed like the same thing here where someone said, "Oh, het or what was it? Was het people suck? No, straight people suck," was what the person said, and
Hmm.
all of a sudden it's a shitstorm. I'm like, dude, calm down, cool your jets. There are things to get angry about, and some rando on the internet saying straight people suck ain't it?
Yeah, I have to wonder, and yeah, of course, I'm going to be absolutely loved by queers everywhere, for saying anything like this. But I have to wonder if it wasn't a case, for example, of one guy deciding that transgendered was not a good thing. That
Well, what the hell wrong with it?
there's nothing wrong with it. I mean,
But these reasons, did they say we hate it because fill in the blank?
we hate it because it sounds like someone did something to us to make us this way.
Oh,
So, in
okay.
other words, when Vince Scully was talking about Sandy Koufax, who was a left-handed pitcher, did somebody
Hmm.
did somebody do something to Koufax to make him left-handed? No.
Well, I haven't seen him lately, but I seem to recall that Arnold Schwarzenegger was well muscled.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, yeah, that was a deliberate action, but still, we're talking about the results. Like, I don't care how you ended up transgendered or transgender or whatever you want to say. I don't want to offend anybody, but fuck off. But I mean, like even if nobody did anything to you, it still describes an aspect of you, like saying heavily muscled describes an aspect of Schwarzenegger or
And,
Stallone or whatever.
and
You know?
there are people who have told me that I'm not trans because I employ proper grammar.
But
The formation is called a participial adjective, where it's the participial form of a verb. So the verb in question here is gender.
that
Its
wasn't the part
participle
that I was
is
confused.
hmm?
People said you're not trans because you use proper grammar.
Yes, because I speak the word transgendered, I'm not trans.
Did they justify that statement in any fashion?
No, they just simply stated it. Yeah,
I mean,
this was years ago, but still.
I'm sitting here thinking if your wedding tackle and your brain don't match, and you're saying if you could afford it, you get sliced and diced, and you're taking the meds, the hormones, whatever, I'm thinking you're a little bit on the trans side,
About that
just a
much.
smidge.
About that much.
So I mean, uh,
Yeah, I know. It's you end up where you get groups that begin life helping, and then they go off the deep end and they do more hurt than help.
well, I mean, it'd be like if someone accused me of not being a lesbian before I'd ever had sex with a woman or
There
a
you
date
go.
or
There you go.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
If they said, like, yeah, you're not a lesbian because you're like asexual or something, I'm like, yeah, but I'm totally attracted to chicks and guys can fuck off, and they'd probably go, yeah, you're not really, very no true Scotsman, you're not really a lesbian until you've fucked. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh,
like,
there are some like that, by the way.
yeah, I'm sure there are. It's just stupid.
Absolutely stupid. Yes, yes, yes.
Ugh,
I'm
humans.
sure I've made a lot of friends today, but screw them all. Um,
Well, I mean, like I am definitely guilty of picking on people's terminology. You may have noticed,
uh-huh.
but usually when I do, it's either because something's grating on my ears or because it's grammatically incorrect. It's rarely this ideological, like, say it our way and conform, or else you don't meet the qualifications, no matter what's biologically this about you. You know?
Yeah.
Well, okay. You know,
Oh my, oh my.
like
Okay.
I mean, it's not like saying you're not an assassin until you get your first kill. That I get, but you're not fill in the blank unless you've like had sex a certain way. That's stupid.
Yeah, you're not an ace until you have your 10th kill.
Different kind of ace. Got it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, different. Yeah, these
Took
aces
me a
fly.
second.
These aces fly aircraft.
So I've been dealing with the whole like asexual ace for the last couple of weeks just because it keeps coming up. And I'm
Okay.
like, you say ace 10 kills. I'm like, oh, that, right. you know, just running through every possible definition of the word ace in my head and seeing if it fits in context. And finally, one did.
Yay, Richard Bong.
That's one of those things that seems to come up for me a lot. Like it's part of what makes me suspect that I might be a bit aspy, is like the sheer amount of definitions and palindromes and spoonerisms and whatever and why am I blanking on the one where you rearrange the letters and makes different words? Not anagram. That's the one I
Yeah,
want. Anagram.
Baroku.
Noticing all of that stuff everywhere. Like, let's face it, every license plate I look at that doesn't follow the California format, I'm looking for hidden meaning. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay,
Like
so
I was
it's
one of the first
the
people I know where I'm watching the Good Omens miniseries on, I believe it was Amazon Prime, and like I see one of the cars driving up, and it's got a license plate that says Sid Rat. And I'm like, Sid Rat, Sid Rat. And I looked at it and I go, oh, fuck, that's TARDIS backwards. And of course, David Tennant is in the show and he played the Doctor. Thus, it was a reference to him. I don't know too many people who noticed that plate, you know, or its meaning if they did notice it. And so that's like the kind of thing where someone says ace and I'm going, that made no sense in context. Quick, thesaurus, my brain, thesaurus.
there you go.
So I don't know. I don't know. I live in a world of constant interpretation of the text around me,
Oh
like
my.
above and beyond merely reading.
Okay then.
You know, like well, one of the things that bothered me when I was looking at the online tests for do I have autism and all that shit is a lot of times they'd ask, do you get obsessed with this, that, or the other thing? And it was inevitably math. There was no like, do you get obsessed with grammar, punctuation, you know, that kind of thing. They didn't ask that. It was all math.
I wonder why math. Oh well.
It's probably some stupid stereotype, you know, like oh, people who are like autistic, but they're also savants, all love math and science. They're definitely not creative linguistic people by no means. So I'm sure that's part of it.
You know, the other thing though is, you look at the stereotypes, and I have to wonder, what if they started paying more attention to the monophonic types? Could they come up with something better, or no? Huh?
No,
Just
no.
wondered. So
But yeah, so it's like I don't know. Taking those tests have been interesting, I guess. One of the ones that I saw actually specifically referenced, "Do you like license plates?" And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, no, I might be a bit aspy."
Yeah, got me.
Yeah.
Move, Peef.
Although one thing I definitely don't do is like rock back and forth. However, I have been known to chew on the inside of my mouth on occasion, just out of sheer boredom.
Oh my, oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I cannot say
No,
that I've
ever
chewed
since
on.
I read the thing about Aspies and autistics not making eye contact when they're talking to people, that one has been bugging me because I've been noticing myself doing it now. And I'm like, fuck, I didn't realize how much I did that. Fuck. And I'm like forcing myself to look people in the eye when we're talking. And it's hard.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I can imagine if it's not in your constitution, it might be difficult. Just like it's not in my constitution to not look someone in the eye when I'm talking to them.
Well, it's not even that it's not in my constitution so much. It's just my natural inclination is to let my eyes wander. And I think part of it is like how I like when I listen to music while I'm working, it's to make my ears shut the fuck up. You know, like they're hearing everything, every little creak and whisper and rustle. It's all I can hear unless I drown it out with music, you
Moo,
know?
moo.
And so then like yeah, all of a sudden it's okay again, but I forget why I'm mentioning it now. Um, what were we
Uh,
talking about on that? Oh, right,
yeah,
and I let
the
my eyes
SB
wander.
stuff.
in much the same way, where it's like if I'm looking someone in the eye while I'm talking, I often tend to lose track of where I was going with the sentence. Kind of like now, where if I look at the screen, I actually have to look away to keep thoughts continuous, to finish a thought, to come out the other end of the rabbit hole. I have to look away.
Moo.
Yeah. I don't know. I've sort of made a habit now of, yeah, I look away, but if I hit a dramatic part in what I'm saying, look them right in the eye, all of a sudden, just whoosh, there goes my head right into their eyes to let them know it's important. You know?
Okay then.
Yeah. But anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's 4 minutes to feeding time, and the cats aren't bitching. I wonder what's up.
Oh my, have they got into the whippets?
I don't know, but if they do, I hope they whip it good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how many people in the audience understood that.
I did.
Well, I would have expected that, but I wonder how many other people. Yeah, I remember hearing about how Devo actually got super pissed off at Weird Al Yankovic for his song "Dare to Be Stupid."
Oh yeah.
Because they're like, you made a much better Devo song than we ever could. Curse you, Weird Al.
Yeah, yeah.
you know. Oh, I love stories like that because it's clear they respected the dude. like being silly angry rather than actually angry.
And that is so much nicer than the actual angries you come across in that field.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the groups and some of the duos and everything else who absolutely hate each other, and you don't find out until 30 years later, in some issue of Life magazine or whatever the hell they run a story on it.
Well, I did hear that there was somebody. I cannot for the life of me remember who. My brain is insisting it's Kanye West, but I don't think so. Got really genuinely angry at Weird Al for a parody he did. And Weird Al is meticulous. He will, like, if he's going to do an actual parody of an actual song rather than a sort of stylistic bit of satire or whatever, and I might have satire and parody mixed up right there. It doesn't matter. Point is, he will ask the band and say, "Do I have your permission to make fun of your shit?" There's a number of bands out there who are like, "Oh my god, I had no idea I was famous until Weird Al wanted to do my song."
Yeah, okay.
Great. But apparently with whoever it was, maybe it was Kanye, I don't know, somebody, they were fucking pissed because they had no idea it was coming. And Weird Al's like, "But I had permission." He goes, "Yeah, my agent gave you permission, but I didn't. I had no idea it was coming until your album came out. Screw you, Weird Al." And so now Weird Al says, "Look, I'm not doing one of these unless I can talk to the artists themselves." Like he's going, "No more agents. I got to talk to them and ask them if it's okay," which is seriously respectable. But yeah, sometimes people get pissed at Weird Al.
Yeah, I know the story. I just cannot remember who it involved.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was like a rapper, but I may be wrong.
Oh my. Let's see. Weird Al parody. Anger. Okay, that's not doing it.
It was Coolio.
Okay, I kind of remember hearing that name somewhere.
It was Coolio. And I'm looking at a site right now. It says 11 artists who wouldn't give Weird Al permission for a parody. Let's see who we got here. I'd almost hope Roxette is on the list just because he never did a Roxette song, and I really am disappointed by it. Wow, Yoko Ono, James Blunt, U2, Coolio, Eminem, Paul McCartney, Prince, Michael Jackson, Jimmy Page, whoever the hell Daniel Powder is, Billy Joel. Okay. But okay, oh, here we go. Yes, I was going to say cuz Michael Jackson did give permission. Let's see. Decade later, to parody Black or White. And he got a no. Michael Jackson felt the subject matter was too serious for parody, not too serious to have a video starring Macaulay Culkin, but that's another topic for another day.
Alrighty then. Okay, so I didn't realize. I know the parody that's involved here, and I didn't realize it was the crux of a battle, if you will. Anger. You had the Amish Paradise.
Well, I know the song. I didn't actually read the circumstances, so I don't know. Like, yeah, it says right here. He thought he had Coolio's blessing. Apparently, that's what Coolio's record company told him. But later, Coolio said he was offended by the song and never gave up permission. Coolio's indignation wasn't strong enough, however, to keep him from collecting the royalties that came his way from Al's parody. It's like the people who call their congressman to freak out about how Obama is socializing medicine and how the government needs to stay away from healthcare, and then say, "And I can't believe you're cutting Medicare, I need it to live." Eventually they met and made peace. Al and Coolio, not angry, confused constituents and their congressman.
Okay, then.
Well, so, yeah. Wait a minute. I could have sworn that. Okay, because it says here Paul McCartney. Weird Al wanted to parody Live and Let Die with a song called Chicken Pot Pie. I swear he made that song. But it says Paul turned him down because a song about a chicken pot pie worked in direct opposition to his vegetarianism. Weird Al's a vegetarian. Apparently, Paul McCartney hasn't heard yet that you don't make friends with salad. Seriously.
Hang on here. I'm looking here at a YouTube video labeled Weird Al Yankovic Chicken Pot Pie Live.
Maybe he just never put it on an album. Or it's possible that this website's out of date and he has since relented.
Moo.
But yeah. Seriously, like there was a TV show where they would get celebrities and see what their spicy tolerance is. Like they'd be sitting on a stage somewhere and they'd have all these like hot wings. And they were of varying degrees of spicy. And they wanted to see how much each star could take. But Weird Al, being vegetarian, insisted on tofu wings rather than chicken wings.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, I see.
So, the fact that Weird Al is making like songs like My Bologna and Chicken Pot Pie and all of that stuff tells you he may be a vegetarian, but he's not militant by any stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the fact that Paul McCartney would say, "No, I'm a vegetarian, you can't make chicken pot pie," is just so pathetic.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. Moo! It's very, 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 very moo. That's what it is. No, audience, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, Sam, you be good. You have fun. Something like that.
I'm not sure I actually know who James Blunt is. Like, I know the name, but I could not pick him out of a lineup or pick any of his songs out of a lineup.
Okay, then. I could not tell you. No.
Huh. Now, why wouldn't you two give Weird Al permission to do one of that? I mean, come on, guys, you're better than that. Frickin' Eminem. Who cares about Eminem? I hate that guy. course, I might hate him because one of my exes was a big fan, but I also don't like rap that much. So,
Okay then, Wolf Beef.
well, again, I liked rap when it was kind of newish, when we were first hearing it on the radio in, well, let's face it, one of the whitest states in the US. When it was all like MC Hammer and Tone Loc and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince and all those guys, they were okay. It was when it started getting like really aggressive and angry, and it was like you, I don't know. I just couldn't stand the
Yeah, the
the
kill
I don't
kill.
listen to death metal. I don't listen to gangsta rap.
Yeah, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that stuff has no right to exist. But who am I?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Is like I could probably take gangster rap if they either changed the lyrics or made the music itself a little bit more fluffy bunny. But as it is, it just feels like an assault on my ears, and I don't care for it. And I don't even care what the lyrics are if the music is shitty. It's like the country music song could have the most brilliant lyrics that would make Shakespeare cry, and I'd never listen to the fucker because I can't stand country music. You know?
That is for you, yes. Mm. Drinking
Yeah, that's what
melting
I thought.
ice.
Okay, this website where they're giving the 11 artists has to be kind of old because I was pretty sure that Prince was dead. But here it says Prince hasn't had a real hit in 15 plus years, so I guess Weird Al has stopped the tradition. But I'm like, because Weird Al used to ask Prince every few years to see if he'd let Weird Al do a parody, and apparently not. But, Prince died in 2016 and now it's 2020. So this article here is at least 4 years old.
Mo, yes.
Now, Jimmy Page, whatever. Who the hell is this Daniel Powder guy? In a classic case of someone misunderstanding his status on the music food chain, Daniel Powder wouldn't give permission to to Al to parody "Bad Day," whatever the hell that is. He just refused. Until right before Al was set to hit the studio to record his new album, and Daniel Powder had a change of heart. In a rare double denial, Al said it was too late, and he rejected Powder. Powder hasn't been heard from since. This would explain why I don't know him.
All right then.
All right. And it's got to suck being a brand new artist, maybe a one-hit wonder, and turning down Weird Al. Like having that in your brain is just like that. That's tragic. That part of your brain that says, no, Weird Al, you can't do it. That's just so dumb.
And yeah, now you're playing barber shops and saying, I really should have, I really should have.
I guess so. I can't remember being in a barber shop that had live music, but all right.
Well, I could have said, playing soup kitchens, but.
Well, I don't know. Still, how do you. I don't know. Just turning down Weird Al, it seems like the stupidest thing in the world. Like, axiomatically, if Weird Al comes to you and says, I want to do a parody, you say yes.
Yeah, and I can't wait to hear what it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, I might say just as long as you don't do fill in the blank, but like it can't be a pro-Trump song. I'm sorry, it can't. That kind.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Did something broke?
Yeah, I lost my connection for a sec. I don't know why.
It is foo-foo. Yeah, maybe it needs 2 aspirin and call it in the morning.
Trying to find, because I saw something that seemed to imply like there was actually a reason why Weird Al never did a Roxette parody. Huh. All right. Oh. Oh. Apparently, somebody put up a website, tried to claim Roxette was on a Weird Al album because he showed a Weird Al album as a picture. And then he's like, haha, made you look, but here's my own parody lyrics to the look. And I'm like, all right, but I wanted Weird Al.
Okay, fine.
Oh. Oh, that's why Roxette and Weird Al were mentioned on this page. Apparently, um, Weird Al made a video in some place where Roxette was the first band to ever make a video there. Or is this here? It's a hotel somewhere. I only caught because I did a search for Weird Al and just saw that part, and I don't have the context. It doesn't really say. Oh, oh, it looks like it's called the Madonna. Here we go. Yes, Madonna Inn, but it's got nothing to do with the singer. Like the guy who founded it, that was his last name was Madonna.
Oh. Okay.
Well, okay. So Roxette, first to Oh, dang. And in this one, they're just mentioned as being released at the same time as Weird Al, one of Roxette's albums. Hmm. Charm School wasn't their best album, I hate to say. And don't get me wrong, I love Roxette, but that was still not their best album.
Moo. Very, very moo.
Dang. Oh well. Of course, unless I actually managed to somehow speak to Weird Al himself in person, I suspect there's no chance of him ever doing a Roxette parody now.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Marie Fredriksson is dead.
Yes.
So.
Have the kiddies.
So, okay, if you saw someone's last name and it was spelled Gessle, how would you pronounce that?
Would that be Gessle?
Yes, actually, because it's Swedish. But most Americans, and in fact most English speakers I know, think it's Gessle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Gessle. Yep.
Yeah, the LE clued me that it was probably not English. Well,
why not? It could have been
the EL or what. The letters were reversed from what I would have expected from English.
Well, yeah, it's Gessle. And honestly, I was like 2 years ago old that I found that out after how many decades of loving the band?
Of course, then again, you could get into a war of, Gessle versus Jessel, or Gessle versus Jessle. No?
No.
No, okay.
No. I mean, what people need to realize is that I am the ultimate arbiter of how a G is meant to be pronounced in a word.
Okay, then.
Yes.
So you're going to be the one who knows when it is time to pronounce that G like the first letter in Frank.
Yes, I am the arbiter of when that happens. So far, never.
Okay, okay. GHOTI spells fish.
Yeah. Oh, hey, along those lines, you know what you call a fish with no eyes?
I'm not sure. Okay.
Well,
Yay!
yeah,
The flat tire fish, yeah.
You know, there was something that happened in The Big Bang Theory that I think I'd love to adapt to things other than comic books, which is if you're going to meet someone famous, bring something for them to autograph that has nothing to do with them. Like in The Big Bang Theory, Stan Lee was going to be at a comic book store, and I think it was Raj went with, or maybe it was Sheldon. I forget. One of them went with a DC comic instead of Marvel because it would be the most unique thing in the world to have Stan Lee sign a comic book from a label that isn't his. You know?
Okay then.
And so I'd love to show up with like a picture of Roxette and make Def Leppard sign it or something. You know.
Moo, definite moo.
Here's something I didn't hear about when it happened. Little Richard died a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay. I don't remember seeing that.
May 10th. I'll be honest, if you'd asked me, I would have said he was probably already dead. But
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
man, I'm almost looking forward to the end of the year when they do the here's how many dead celebrities we have roundup. Well, it's always interesting. Every now and then I find someone I missed when it happened.
Okay then.
Yeah. Also, I think you're going to have to entertain the troops for a couple of minutes because I got to go feed the cats. I'm way delinquent.
I was just
It's like
going to mention
17
that.
minutes past, 17 minutes past feeding time. So, I'll be
Oh
back.
my word. Okay. Well, thanks for the warning. Yes, kids. The Kate is feeding the kittens, and yeah, this is because the kittens need the food. They are the growing kitties, and they do get hungry and they do get insistent that well, she's not here to see the side chat. Kate, I don't know if you can hear me. Tara would like to know if you have eaten anything today. Yeah, we can find out what's going on with that. And yeah, I still have a little bit of my breakfast sitting on a plate in the defriginator. That's amazing. Don't do that very often. Of course, my breakfast consisted of 2 sausages, half a pound of bacon, a can of beans, let's see, 2 eggs, fried tomato, and a couple pieces of toast. I was just missing the.
Say something about bacon.
Yeah, my breakfast, which is pretty much what I'm eating today, was a couple sausages, half a pound of bacon, 2 eggs, a fried.
Are you kidding me? You're eating half a pound of bacon and trying to lose weight?
There you go. Well, number one, I did not eat all of it in one sitting. There's some of it sitting in the defriginator yet, and
Yeah, you gotta buy less bacon.
well, there you go. Well, there's the other thing I want though. I did find some really nice thick cut bacon, and this was actually thick cut bacon. The slices about a 1/4 inch thick, and this is just what I need for a spaghetti alla carbonara. Um, that's the one you would not touch with a 39 and a half foot pole.
Really?
It's the grated Parmesan, the grated Romano.
Okay, you lost me at Parmesan. Got it.
Yeah. Hiya, Jer. How you doing? Yay,
Right, who?
yay.
Oh, say the name.
Aunt Jer just came in.
Ah, okay. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'm still on my Chromebook, which means that if I try to pull up the YouTube chat, it slows everything down. So when you say stuff, I'm not gonna see it. I'm not gonna know you said it till Diana lets me know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am basically a one meal a day person, Tara. I probably shouldn't be, but I have been for, oh Christ, probably 40 years or more.
Well, you know, that's actually really bad for losing weight. You eat one meal in the day, your body goes, hey, I need to store this because we're not getting anything else anytime soon. So you like retention is magnified by eating one meal a day. It's better to eat three small ones than one big one.
Moo, okay. I just haven't.
Along similar lines, like when your body says, "Okay, here's what we got to do." I was like I've always wondered, and I can't find a website that just puts it in simple terms, how it is that things like eyebrows and eyelashes know when to stop growing, but your head fur doesn't. You know what I mean?
Okay, then.
Well, I mean, let's face it. If our eyebrows and our eyelashes and, hey, our pubes grew the way the rest of our hair does up on our heads, you know, we'd have like eyelashes past our nose. You know what I mean? We'd have eyebrows that need trimmed all the time, and not just for aesthetic reasons. You know, but like I bet you there'd be people who were dreadlocking their pubes. It's just like at some point your hair says, "Yeah, we're done now." You know, like until you cut us, we're not growing anymore. And I've often wondered how it manages that.
I'm trying to remember. I know with some of the hairs, they grow until they fall out. And
I
the
mean, maybe
time they
that's it.
fall out defines the length to which they grow. I
Oh,
don't know.
I have to wonder why the rest of our hair doesn't do it. Like, you
That's
know,
an interesting one for you. Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose it doesn't because, like, I get the impression that part of the purpose of hair that was selected for by pressures, not by a fucking god, you know what I mean? You know, like one of the things that was selected for was hair that would grow long enough to pick up and retain moisture from the body like sweat to keep us cooler rather than, you know, blazingly hot. I'm guessing.
Hmm.
You know, like I've often wondered, you know, you get the folks in Africa with the really close, like tightly curled hair, and I can only imagine that it's like that to retain water, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
So, I mean, I've often wondered, like, what selection pressures drove this to be part of the human genome? Like, at some point, people had to develop blue and green eyes. I'm sure brown was first. But, like, I mean, obviously, I would imagine that the color of your eyes aren't much of a selection pressure, so it might just be random garbage data, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, as I'm looking at the pigments and that sort of thing, it appears to me that the various colors of eyes would result from broken pigment genes in the irises that, don't produce a certain something that turns the eyes brown. so you end up with blue because something else is showing through, or that sort of thing. But then,
I suppose it depends on what you think broke whatever broke. Well, I mean, because I know that eye color is genetic. They went over this in high school, where it's like green is more recessive than blue and blue is more recessive than brown. It might just be that someone somewhere mutated once, and because it was not a selection issue, that there was nothing about having a different color of eyes that would, make you die before you could procreate. The mutation stayed in the genome.
Most beef.
So I don't imagine that things are necessarily broken unless they're broken at the genetic level. Like you have the blue eye gene, and that will make it more difficult for X to happen.
Well, in other words, what I'm after is that the blue-eyed allele might be a brown-eyed allele that doesn't produce whatever the brown eyes need to be brown anymore.
I don't know. I don't know quite how it works, but I mean, by that logic, you could say that something doesn't make the melanin work anymore in Caucasian people.
Yeah, and I do believe that is the case. And the thing
But,
about it
I mean-
in the Caucasian people, in skin color, I believe it's dependent on us, as far as we understand now, it's dependent not on a single gene, but on 3.
Well, almost nothing is dependent on a single gene. A lot of people look at DNA and go, okay, so which one of these needs to be swapped out to produce like green eyes? And it doesn't really work like that. It's like if you were to take out whatever causes the green eyes and replace it with something else, you're also replacing a bunch of other stuff too. Like they're all intertwined. There's no like one trait item. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it wouldn't work like that.
There in the side chat is an interesting 2-comment sequence. The final two,
Yeah.
the final 2 comments, yeah. And then there's
Yes.
a kitty who wants attention.
Okay, I can't see those comments.
Oh,
right?
I forgot. That's right. Look, Tara says, maybe it's TMI, but I find that my genitals stink when I am not clean shaven. Aunt Jer comes back with, you're right, that is TMI.
Yeah. I got into a brief discussion. It never turned into an argument because no one really disagreed with each other exactly, but it was about the merits and drawbacks of specifically women shaving pubes.
Okay.
Because a lot of folks were going, so why would I want to have sex with someone who looks like a little girl? And I'm sitting there thinking, I get what you're saying, but I'm not sure that's what's being said by shaved pubes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's necessarily, I want to look like a preschooler or anything for you, and that's going to make me sexier. I don't think that's the idea.
Neither do I, no. There's something else going on, and it's, I have a feeling that, some people are just reading the wrong stuff into this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's probably similar along the same lines to that manufactured outrage to, the brief statement of straight people suck that someone did on Twitter. It's outrage with no real outrage. It's anger without the atrocity.
Mm-hmm. And
Now, if I was given the option though of having permanently and painlessly every last scrap of hair from the neck down removed, I'd go for it.
okay.
It's like, yeah, we're just gonna make those follicles shut up. I'd be like, yeah, all right. And they're like, you realize that means you'll never have. And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with no pube hair, okay?
Yeah, move beef. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that the comments about, why would you want to have sex with someone who looks like a little girl, those comments go back a long way from a large sector of society, so it's not something new. I mean, I remember those comments, like 40 years ago. So,
Well, I heard that women shaving legs is actually a fairly recent development.
fairly, yes, it is. I think within the last century.
Something like that. I think it was even like more recent, like 40, 50, 60 years even.
Okay.
But I think I'm guessing that part of it has to do with people being pristine, I guess. Like hair is kind of, I'm trying to find the right word for it because vulgar isn't it, but there's something rough about body hair. Like it's not silky the way your head hair is for starters. It's very wiry, and it breaks up what would otherwise be a smooth surface. I think a lot of people are going for that sort of like statue look, the sort of pristine marble look, rather than, I'm walking around looking like a Sasquatch. You know what I mean?
Okay then. Okay. Yes. Yes.
So I think that might be it. That there's just sort of a purity thing going on. I don't know, but not in like some weird biblical sense, but more in just a aesthetic sense, I guess.
Oh, this is interesting. Enter says it, referring to leg shaving, came about as a result of the ankles becoming visible in public. It reminded people too much of pubic hair. Okay. That sounds very American. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Yeah, I do know one thing is that I'm trying to. At one point, I think it's the case that leg shaving became popular when nylon or silk was unavailable for stockings.
Hmm.
I think I remember reading that somewhere. So
What was that,
you would have
during World War II or something? Like they needed the silk for parachutes?
yeah, it might well be. I is going to that to up to looking to making. Reason because I may be full of it, but for leg shaving. Oh my. Okay. They're talking about cyclists over there. Okay. The largely aesthetic reasons practice developed, especially since the early 20th century, around the time of the First World War, as hemlines on women's dresses became shorter, women's swimsuits became more revealing, displaying all of a woman's legs. Um, okay then. Um, I may be full of shit here. No, but I don't see right offhand a reference to nylon. Like leg shaving. I'm going to try looking up. What?
Well, the sheer level of human and especially American prudishness boggles me. But then
Yes.
again, I was naked in parades, so what do I know? But even if I didn't, it just seems like it's taken to such extreme levels, and I don't get it. Like, why are people so terrified of their own bodies?
Isam, I know to knowing. I really don't. Well, maybe I do. It might have some connection with that whole biblical aversion to anything sexual.
Well, yeah, of course it is, but I just don't get it. You know, I can't empathize.
Well, I guess some sexually dysfunctional virgins pounded it into their congregations, and it just went from there.
Yes, but I still don't get the attitude itself. Someone had to be inspired to do this, and I don't get that. You see? Or do you see?
Yeah, well, I
Hello?
mean, I
Oh, there you are.
don't know the name of the first person to achieve that idea. Yeah.
Well, I would love to know their reasoning. I mean, granted, like, I would need to have more of a mind control sort of psychic meld thing to find out their actual reasons, because the reasons they say would almost undoubtedly be evasions or passing the buck to God or whatever. You know, I want to see what their own personal thoughts are like on the issue without being filtered by their whatever, you know, their embarrassment or their ego or whatever might hide the truth, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I would love to have that opportunity. I know I never will, but I'd love to.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We're talking about nylon. By utilizing it during World War II, we were better equipped than our enemies and more able to weather difficult conditions. Back home, women missed their stockings. At the time, they were made with a bold seam up the back. After experiencing nylon stockings, women didn't want to go back to silk, so they did the next best thing. They shaved their legs, carefully applied a liquid silk stocking, otherwise known as paint, and lined.
The fuck was that? Let's see.
Is that one of those weather warnings?
Hold on, worse than that. Give me a sec here. Uh, fuck. San Diego County Office of Emergency Services. A red flag warning is in effect until 8 p.m. Wednesday, with anticipated winds reaching 45 miles per hour overnight in the mountains and valleys. Any fires that develop will spread rapidly with extreme fire behavior threatening life and property. Be prepared to evacuate if needed. Fuck me sideways. All right.
Oh my. So it's been a while since that's happened around your neighborhood.
Oh, since I moved here kind of on the never,
Yeah.
I'm hoping valley they mean somewhere nowhere near me, though. It doesn't really say. I don't want to see the San Diego Regional Disaster Fund. What the unholy fuck? Uh, Boy, it sure would be nice to have more details on this. I guess maybe I'd better pack a bag.
I don't know. I suppose you cannot be too careful. I mean, I'd hate to see you in a bad way.
Well, yeah, and I have to admit, immolation is terrifying. But I don't see details. Is this something I really need to be scared of? You know, for all I know, this is 100 miles away.
Oh my, oh my. Let's see.
Fucking hell. This is all I need.
Okay. Full map, San Diego County emergency. Please note that fire evacuation and other hazard boundaries are approximate, can change rapidly. Right. So.
Damn it, San Diego emergency. Evacuation. All right. Yeah. San Diego County Emergency.com.
You must be looking at what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I was looking at on my phone, but
Yeah, some squarish areas with purple squarish areas inside and
wait, are
stuff
you
like.
seeing a map somewhere?
Yes.
What?
Okay. www.
Oh, yeah, it's way down at the bottom. Got it. Except that's not San Diego by any stretch. That's Wyoming. Or at least so they seem to say.
Okay then. So let's go looking elsewhere here.
I click on the goddamn map? Yes, I can. Excellent. Oh, damn it. It's just a picture. Oh, okay. If that's Chula Vista, I know where this is. Fuck. This could potentially be a problem for me. It's not likely. It's still pretty far away, but. And I can't tell. Is that. That might be closer than I think. Shit. I may have to quit soon and go deal with this.
Okay, what do you have here?
Oh,
I
am
cannot-
not happy.
I cannot well identify the area that is pictured here.
Well, down at the bottom and left, it says Chula Vista. If you see that.
Yes,
right?
I do.
Now, oh, wait a minute. If that's El Cajon, no, this isn't anywhere near. Wait. Shit. I can't tell. I really wish this map had better details. But I know where Chula Vista is, and it's pretty far away. Now, this is a bit north and east of there, and so am I. I wish I knew which highway that was, because I never take it. Let's see. In San Diego, let's see if I can. Or I could just pull up maps.google.com, but nah. There. Yeah, this could definitely be a problem, and I'm hearing a bunch of sirens. Oh, shitballs. Oh.
What, is somebody coming up the stairs?
No, but I'm looking at the map, and this is way close for comfort.
Oh my, oh my.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look out the window.
That would be an idea. That would be an idea. Yeah, and as
Well, I don't see smoke.
Enter and Tara have said, it might be an idea to be ready to get the kiddies ready.
Yes, and I'm not sure how, because I have a cat carrier. One, and they hate each other.
Yug.
So, yeah, not what I wanted. Can we please get rid of the word boulevard? There we go. Ah, Yes. Okay, so if that's El Cajon, and okay, okay. Now let's compare that map to this map. Um. Okay, that's El Cajon. That's La Mesa. That's the um. Yeah, this is close. Oh, hey, they have the Valley Fire right on the goddamn map. Excellent. This will. Oh, fuck, I'm smelling stuff now.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Uh. Yeah, that doesn't smell good. Hopefully, it's the restaurant nearby.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that the courtyard is ablaze, but it could mean that wind is blowing the fire closer. Yeah.
Um. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, that's Escondido. Okay. Um, that's 8, which means I am having a hard time finding me on this map. Oh, but if that's the Air and Space Museum, this is nowhere near me. Oh, this map is annoying. Oh, there I am. There's the valley. Okay. Yeah, I should be fine, actually, unless something disastrous really happens.
I take it though you do want to keep the eyes open.
Well, yes. But, I mean, I'm less worried than I was when I first saw these maps. I had to reorient myself to, yeah. Like, I'm usually much better looking at, say, Vermont or Seattle than I am at San Diego map wise. Hello?
Yeah, we're there definitely.
Sorry, there's long silences when I can't actually look at the stream. Makes me think I got disconnected again.
No, I was just thinking that, yeah, instead of what you were talking about, you might want to re-Asia yourself instead of reorient yourself. No?
It's probably for the best you can't see the expression on my face.
Okay. Now I see Enter suggesting running out and getting another kitty carrier. I don't know if.
I can't imagine where.
Yeah, because. Okay, 2148 now, so it's nearly 1900 hours where you are, and the way businesses go, would pretty much everything be closed by now?
Oh hell no!
Okay,
It's like no. Most places don't even don't even think about closing till 9 if they're a retail place.
okay, because a lot of the retail places around here, especially the pet stores, are closing at 5 p.m. They're closing at 1700 hours.
Yes, but you don't live in civilization, remember?
Well, that is true. Yes. Okay.
So
Saying the dollar store would have one, so a cat carrier for $1. I don't know how that would that work.
yeah, I doubt it's actually just $1. I'm pretty sure it's not literal. But even if it was, regardless, I would need a dollar store near me. Let's see. Cat carrier near me. Let's see. And then click on shopping. Mind you, these are very incomplete entries. When you go to like Google and type that in and go shopping, it often doesn't notice every store.
Moo.
Well, let's see. Cat. Yes, I typed in cat carrier. I shouldn't have to check cat. You know, they have dog and small animal because cats are not small animals for sure. Can you filter by distance? Ah, there's something available nearby.
Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay, we're gonna take care of that.
Well, everything that's coming up is PetSmart, which is honestly nowhere near me. Apparently. Like the nearest one appears to be 13 miles from here. Great.
Well, that person is hidden, and my next, yeah, my next, what do you want to call it? Oh, okay, wait a minute. So are you still seeing that person? I thought that hide was hide for everybody. Okay.
What on earth are you saying right now? What's going on?
Oh, there's some idiot in here that was any single ladies looking for sugar, and it's like, oh, get out of here, arsehole.
Well, I mean, if the sugar comes in a female variety, absolutely, positively. But anyway, yeah, so if I have to evacuate, it'll be an emergency. I can put a cat in a backpack.
Okay, Moo. Okay. Yeah, what I
You
want to
know?
know is how to ban people from the side chat. I'll have to ask Ken Ham to see how he does it.
I know there's ways. Although I think you might only be able to snooze someone, but you might also be able to go to their account and flag them that way.
Tayo Corastu.
Oh, hey, Columbia. How are you? Funny, Xander's now in the cat carrier, and he doesn't normally do that, and I wonder if it's because I was talking about it. How smart are my cats?
Cats
Because
are
I'm never really sure how much they understand. They certainly know their own names.
cats are not dumb. Cats are not dumb at all.
The hell was that sound?
Oh, that was a chunk of ice in a plastic bottle.
Oh, it was very loud. And from the sound of it, I thought you might have fallen down the stairs.
And unable to get up, right?
I guess.
Within my channel settings, huh?
You know, I'm starting to think I should A, go looking for dinner, and 2, start thinking about evacuation. You know, just in case. Like I may need to go prep a little.
That might not
Last
be.
thing is to be burned alive because I was talking to you.
Yeah, no, I would not want to be responsible for your immolation. No, 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 no.
Yes.
It might be a good idea to get some nourishment and, yeah, get shit ready. And the emergency ejection platform or whatever it is, you know, the escape capsule in the living room, or you can just light up the rockets and it goes through the ceiling and out into Nevada somewhere, right?
Sounds kind of like the ending of Better Off Dead, actually.
Okay.
Well, I like the quiet, kind of scary, kind of creepy, like younger son that I don't think he speaks even one line through the whole movie. Ends up like launching himself out of the roof in his own personal rocket that he built.
All right. Here we go.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna make like a
Yeah.
movie and head up. You have fun,
Okay,
or
hon.
else.
And we'll give it. Well,
Okay, stop, lady. You two, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
you take
Columbia?
care.
your ears back up. All right.
You take
All right, I'll
care,
see you
honey.
later.
Okay, take care, hon. All right. So yeah, we're gonna be keeping an eye on everybody, and I just would not want to see Kate ignite. That would not be a good thing. Um, so it's an interesting end to the open chat. I never ran into a situation where it ended quite this way. So I guess there's a first time for everything. Hey, kids. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're just trying to take care of some stuff over here. And okay, so well, she gets ready and she gets the kittens ready and everything else like that. I'll take care of a few things over here, and I will say I want to thank all of you who are here. I want to thank all of you who are not here. You're amazing people. You really are. Except that person who came in looking for dates. That person isn't great. No. So as long as you guys keep liking this, I'll keep doing it. Very very serious. As long as I'm alive. Yeah, we'll see how that works. Okay. So everybody take care, really and truly. And thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.